was enormous. Japan's number one. They're like 260, 300%. They are now in the process of starting to offload their shares of treasuries, which means in a way you're flooding the market with dollars, and as the supply of something goes up, the price of it goes down. And then you get into this, so the dollar is devaluing. And so what that means is if one day I could buy a bottle of vodka in Poland for $10, but now, the $10 to the zloty. But now, 4 days later, with the drop in the value of the dollar, I have to pay $14 for that same bottle of vodka. Now, when currency falls, on the one hand, there is a potential positive economic effect. It means whatever you're producing in your country, it's going to be cheaper for people overseas to buy it. So that might actually have a positive economic effect. However, if you're buying a lot of things from overseas, that means you're going to pay a lot more money for them, which means, like in the bottle of vodka, instead of $10, you're paying $14. That's called inflation. But ultimately what this means is, up to this point, the United States has been like that kid that goes to college, and he's got parents and relatives who've all given him a credit card, and he gets to buy what he wants, and he runs up the bills on the credit cards and never has to pay, because it's the relatives that were the owners of those credit cards. They have to pay. But all of a sudden comes the time to go, oh, wait a second, this kid's a deadbeat. He's doing poorly in school, or he's threatening us. We're not going to pay anymore. And once those payments stop, then the independence of the United States, in this case, stops. So and that's I can't emphasize enough that this is what we're witnessing is historic. Historians like yourself, or maybe 30 years from now, when you're an old guy like me, you'll be looking back at this and saying, hey, I was there. Let me tell you what happened. This was a watershed moment. The realignment, the collapse, really, of, if you will, of the UN system, in part, but the Bretton Woods, IMF, World Bank. The dollar is no longer what it once was, and it goes to the heart of what you had pointed out earlier, Glenn, the lack of confidence and predictability. I mean, Trump is he is acting very erratically.